I know the voters did reject the tax increase in November. So do you feel about going with a fee increase that you're going against the wishes of the voters?
I think it's a very important point that Dr. Gergel raised, that the vast majority of city residents actually voted in favor of the penny, and that's something that's not lost on any of us. I think they're two very different issues. The penny concentrated on a number of different, both short-term and long-term opportunities for the region. It was from roads and infrastructure to biking trails and walking paths, and also public transportation. This is solely focused on the immediate need that public transportation fits into in this this entire, I guess, group of transportation options. But it's important, a very important point to know that city residents overwhelmingly supported the November 2nd referendum.
And would this be permanent?
Well, it's going to be, and I think until we get things done, I'm not sure anything's ever permanent, Adam. But I will tell you, it's equitable. I mean, the approach at this stage, everyone chips in. It's not just people who ride the buses. It's not just property owners. I mean, it's everyone. It's churches, nonprofits, state government, local government. Everyone who pays a power bill has a responsibility for helping pay the freight for a regional transportation system. This is bold. This is more than the city's ever put into regional transportation in the past, and also a point that both Belinda, Ike, and Ryan also touched on. We're talking about even changing the way that people see public transportation. In order for us to ever reach our full potential, it's going to require a paradigm shift in the way that many of us think about public transportation. It's not about subsidizing the same old bus system, but finding ways to increase ridership dramatically at the city. This will allow the city of Marseille to begin to leverage more federal dollars so they can use for capital expenditures and hopefully attract more people into a leaner, greener bus system. And can you imagine increasing ridership by tapping into the roughly 50,000 students at USC and Benedict and Allen and Columbia College and Midlands Technical College, becoming an even greater servant to this wonderful fort that relies on maybe 1,000 people or so who work and have business at the fort, rely on this system every single day. The opportunities to grow an intermodal regional transportation system that connects USC and downtown Navista, Casey, and West Columbia, Blythewood, in the northeastern part of our county. I mean, the opportunities here are so huge, and what they mean for economic development, and really taking this transportation discussion to a whole nother level. It's not just about band-aid approach to sustain the system, but it's going to require all of us taking a much more aggressive approach to growing this system, and that's what this commitment that we're talking about right now. But back to the original question, city residents overwhelmingly supported the referendum on November 2nd.
I know when you ran for office, the city council at the time was considering some tax increases, and at the time you said you didn't feel like the city had the authority to raise taxes. I know this is not a tax increase; it's a fee increase. I mean, do you feel like something has changed, or do you consider it differently?
Well, no. I will tell you this, that and I give a lot of credit to our city manager Steve Gant and Bill Ellis and council for the direction and support they've given staff. We're $4 million on the budget this year. Every department in the city is under budget. City employees have tightened their belts, just like families have across this city and this region, to make sure that we're being great stewards of the public dollars. We're not where we ought to be, but we're certainly not where we used to be. And we've been great stewards of the public trust. It would be intellectually dishonest to say that we're being great stewards of the public trust by handling public dollars in a great and efficient way that we have right now, and then at the very same time say we're going to allow a public transportation system to fail. That would be a huge mistake, and it would be in counter to what the people have asked us to do. Still don't support any tax increases, and I don't think anyone on council will support them either. This relationship with SCNG goes to the very birth of the bus system 100 years ago, and it's something that, of course, we expect to be a pass-through. But I think it's a responsible thing to do, and it's something that we have to do in the interest of economic development, in the interest of maintaining a good, strong public health system, and making sure that our people can get to work. It's what we've got to do.
Mayor, what assurances do you have from the county that they're going to be able to pick up their side of it and perhaps sustain the vehicle fees?
Sure. Well, yeah, I think the only assurance is not a dialogue with the leadership of county council, both the chairman and vice chairman, and also with several of the members who attended the CMRTA joint meeting last week. And I think all you can do is look at their prior actions, Jack. County council really stepped up. They stepped up not just in their work to try and push the penny for this past year, but they really stepped up over the last several years with their mass transit fee to try and make sure we sustain a regional transportation system. They didn't have to do it, but it was the interest of the greater good of the community. So they had a responsibility there. I think we can tap into the same pool of goodwill, and if we're able to get out of the council meeting early enough tomorrow night, I plan to go to the county council myself and make sure I express to our colleagues over there how much we appreciate their support of CMRTA over the last few years, and we hope that we can lock arms together and support the system as we move forward.
You talked about an intermodal regional transportation system, but it seems like that system that is now conceived only operates basically on one side of the river. What can you do about perhaps expanding service over in Lexington County and getting more participation from them? Because certainly they do benefit from having a viable system.
Sure, and we've got to have it. You think about the wonderful economic development announcements they've had in the last few weeks. You think about this incredible jobs generator and public asset that is Lexington Medical Center. It's very important that service, meaningful lines extend into Lexington County. It's going to require us to continue in this great discussion of regionalism that we've been involved in, and everyone recognizes we all have some significant responsibility to helping meet the public needs. Our challenge as elected officials is to make sure that we have a regional transportation system that's clean, that's safe, and that's efficient. And I believe that the more we work to build a system that meets those standards, I believe we'll find more and more of our citizens clamoring, and I mean regional citizens clamoring for the opportunity to avail themselves of the system. I believe if we're able to do that and do it in a sustained way, I think the citizens will call for it. It won't just be a decision that the elected officials